Good evening, Randomizer fans, and welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer Summer Co-op Tournament. My name is Lord Fizzlebeef. Joined with me in the booth today is Danny. How's it going, Danny?
Hi, I'm doing pretty alright. And yourself?
I'm doing great because we got the semifinals. We got Nuke Kids on the Block versus Punishing Platypi, Luffy and Shum versus Phoenix and Budge. Game 1. I'm excited.
I mean, it's not the way we were hoping to get to semifinals, right? But hey,
Yeah.
it's semifinals. It still counts, right?
Yeah, we made it. We're here. It counts. So today we've got Forced Thief, Forced Black Mage. Our thieves got equipped shields and +5 luck, so auto run. Our black mages got hurt undead and 40 HP, so nothing. Fighters, if they exist, will have +10 strength, +20 health. Red mages get improved cat claw and 20 strength. White mages get buff magic and equip shirts. So, against my preference, we're probably going to see some white mages, and they might even be effective. Seeing a Forced Thief and a Forced Black Mage, what party would you take?
What was red and black again? Or
Red-
red and white? Oh.
Red was improved cat claw and 20 strength. White was buff magic and equip shirt.
Oh, that buff magic, that's real good, but it's a white mage. So I'm going Fire Thief, red, black.
That's Spirit. Fire Thief, red, black, all the way. Let's see if our teams today happened upon the correct answer. As we prepare to get started, the gate should be dropping any minute now. As always with co-op, we start from the overworld because we need to make sure that the co-op script works and it doesn't flip over to the green BizHawk dot until we actually advance to the overworld. And we're about to
Unless
go.
you're unlucky and you get the weird blue dot. That totally didn't happen to us last week.
Yeah. Usually it's a green dot or a yellow dot or a red dot. Few have discovered the mythical blue dot, but we did. Hashtag just
I'm
trash
choosing to
island
believe
things.
it's because we're special. So we've got really good starting gear. It's a fairly good little weapons that'll get us going first off that we can hit things with. Running straight into ordeals over here. You know what I'm here for? Because if we don't have spike tiles, they're not turned on, so we're not gonna have to worry about any forced fights we have to maybe run. You know, that we might end up having to take. You make a decent run through here. Ordeals level 1, totally doable.
It's theoretically doable, and you're right. We don't have any tiles we have to worry about, but we do have unrunnables. And already, Phoenix first to C-split. Also, seeing a whole lot of Thief Rainbow here.
Just gonna call them a bunch of mad lads, because they are. Also, we found Dwarf Cave. We don't have the TNT or the Adamant yet, but we at least know where we can turn them in when we find them.
So, Phoenix first to Sarda, one of our key item peoples. What do we got? We got a Ruby. I'm thinking that's a very loud and clear signal from the rando that we're going to have a Titan wormhole somewhere.
More than likely, yeah. Which may or may not lead us to progression. Because sometimes the game's funny like that. Sometimes you'll get in and be like, that's going to lead us to where we need to go. And other times it's just like, haha, made you look.
Yeah, sometimes games got jokes. So, Luffy, avoiding all of the marked boxes for right now. A good choice when, even with the kind starting gear, those boxes, highly likely you'll run into one that you can't do anything about. And slight to medium likely, you run into something unrunnable. So, you run into an automatic reset.
Luffy finding Marsh Bottom. Looked like he was probably taking note of that. So Marsh is one of our incentivized locations.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have an incentive item on a Marsh floor. Well, there we go.
There we go.
Okay, see, we found it. That
So
also means we don't have any of our loose in Marsh either, because you won't find any incentives loose in the incentive dungeons. So we have 3
Right.
loose in this flag set. We're not gonna find one here.
Yes.
But I don't blame Luffy for continuing to open boxes, because we kind of need things like money and gear early on.
Oh, that poison noise. A brief TLDR of the flag set we're working with here. We have entrance floor shuffle. We have incentivized sea, sky, marsh, and ordeals. We have 3 loose. But the loose cannot be in any incentivized dungeon. So far we've discovered the marsh incentive, so any other marsh floor will not have an incentive on it. We found Sarda, that's a regular old NPC item. And one of our trackers in chat, Avian Hawk, pointing out that we have a level 7 fast and level 8 fade. This is why we don't take white mages.
This is why we wish we had 2 black mages.
Right?
Oh, that level 7 fast feels real bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine, the seed will be kind and it'll give us, like, temper at a lower level and help kind of balance it out a little, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, the game's nice like that sometimes.
Luffy has found Titans and says, no, we're not doing Titan. Oh, wait, we have a Ruby, I think.
Something tells me Luffy might have forgotten he had that Ruby.
No, I think
He's out reset and then walked back. Was like, hey,
sure,
come back there.
I think Shum just got it because he's waiting for the handoff. There it is.
Ah, there we go.
Tuna. We're gonna check the exit first. Where does it take us? To Cardia. A patented Titan wormhole has been found into a dungeon. We faded the 4 boxes, which is, I mean, I see the strategy behind it.
I kind of get it, but like when you have loose that could be there, I'd be far too nervous not to.
Well, we found a Cardia treasury. Is there anything fancy in here? There is. First loose detected. It's a tail. Well, just a tail. Nothing necessary for progression, but we haven't found Bahamut yet, so when we stumble into it, boy, that'll be fun.
Luffy walking it out instead of resetting back, which you can do in COD, because the server does keep your item. I think he just got money and stuff in there he's probably wanting to keep.
We got a non-incentive ribbon found in Titans. Even better. And already I see Phoenix quite possibly trying some of these marked boxes. No, that was an encounter in front of the marked box. Anyway, Agamas have poison. That's the punchline. Poison damage.
Luffy, however, is trying to take a marked box. Realize, we're not getting through this very efficiently, and we're out.
So the Titan wormhole, kind of a bust, but not really. As the punishing Platypi, we found ourselves in Ice Cave, and there's usually something in the Ice Cave. We still have 2 of our loose unaccounted for. Ooh, chat calling out a Confuse shirt with the improved Fire Ice Lightning Harm flag on. You can get me on board for some Confuse shenanigans. Normally, just, it's not enough to deny an action, but, like, if they deny the action and they start, like, punching themselves in the face for, like, 80 to, like, 130 damage, now you've got me on board.
Then it's just funny. Luffy found Temple of Fiends up in the Lefane location, using the buff magic on that white mage to get through Garland. Boy, that is something you don't see every day.
Mm-hmm.
Something else you don't see every day? A character called Life, dead on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and we got
Ooh.
our second loose, TNT in the ice loop.
So just one more loose left, which
Mhm.
makes then opening boxes
Mhm.
a choice. Okay, so that's our sky incentive is the crown.
Yep.
But once you have your 3 loose, you literally don't need to open boxes unless you're in an incentive dungeon and you know that there could be an item on one of those floors.
Right.
And it really is then just choosing how many boxes you want to open, like if you need money, if you want to open them, or if you're just opening them because they're with the X and they're gonna have gear in them. It really just depends on literally how much time you want to spend opening boxes, or if you want to risk it and be like, nah, we're not opening anything we don't have to, and we're just running it. June found Crescent Lake, got as a ship.
Got us a boat. And a hint. We know where to find the TNT. I mean, we already knew where to find the TNT, but now we know where to find the TNT.
I mean, one team knew. Shooms didn't.
It's one of those things where you know they're gonna bump into ice loop eventually. Still though, I believe the Nuke kids are the first to a boat and a canal. Which is interesting considering they already have Cardia clear, thanks to the Titan wormhole.
Or the one they can access anyway, yeah.
So Shum is going to get the information about the TNT eventually. Luffy picks up the Ordeals Incentive Cube. Might be our first runner on stream to actually make it to the end of Ordeals. I know we've seen several attempts, but none of them have really worked out.
He did it! Good job. Meanwhile, Shum headed for that loose TNT in the ice loop. Which could lead to some sort of progression we need, as we do know where a dwarf cave is.
Right. Now, we're 11 minutes in, and we absolutely need to know who's winning. Right now, I would give a ever so slight edge to Nuke Kids. We have a couple things under our belt that Punishing Platypi haven't quite gotten through yet. Punishing Platypi have gambled on trying to make it through some of these marked boxes, but it's not going very well. But the lead is absolutely minuscule, if it exists at all.
Where is Luffy headed? I think it's to get a boat.
Yeah, I have to assume that the boat's
pretty sure it's
down here.
parked down here.
Or we got our steps in for the day, but I'm gonna assume the boat's down here. We got a vanilla elf castle and Earth Cave nonsense. Luffy bypassing all the boxes on first floor. I wonder if we're really hoping to find a town, because the only town we found so far, we found Gaia and we found Crescent, and that doesn't really solve our magic problems. Oh, shoutouts to the Avian Hawk, one of our 2 trackers, for pointing out Nuke and Temper at level 6. Whelp. So, Team Punishing Platypi have looted the Titans and they just got their ship. So they have ship and canal and can flee the inner sea. Phoenix will be inadvertently clearing the Cardia double entrances first. Meanwhile, Luffy, our first runner on stream to do boat things with a boat, finds marsh floors. Now, there are a couple boxes here, and there are some link boxes here, but we don't need any of these, because we already found the marsh incentive. Luffy bypassing the TFC North box over here on this seafloor. It's not a bad time-saving gamble, especially when we're kind of a little terrified of unrunnables, as Partner Shum picks up the chime. One other thing to note about this flag set is that the chime entrance is no longer locked. However, now there is some other entrance that is chime locked. I have been looking, and I haven't seen anybody bonk off an entrance yet, so I assume we just haven't bumped into it, but it's not going to be a problem for the Nuke Kids on the block. Tracker Thavian Hawk confirming, nobody's bounced off an entrance yet. Budge continuing to open some of these marked boxes, hoping for the best. We found ghouls, which is best in the sense that we're easily getting through these and we're going to open the thing and see what we got. Let's see if best gets us a reward. Oh, Opal Bracelet. Yes, that is a reward. That is, in fact, a reward. So, Luffy and his wonderful flotation device has found himself at Mirage Tower. Ooh, finds a blue stake. I don't know if that was off the hard reset or not. It didn't look like it, but it was a very conspicuous sort of clearing of an encounter, so I don't really know if that was just like a banana peel or if that was strategery. I suppose we'll figure out when he comes back out if he decides to try and do blue stake stuff or not.
So my internet died, now I'm back. What did I miss in the last 3-4 minutes?
Luffy's boating! Also, the Punishing Platypi have found Titans. Also, Budge has found Mermaids, which we have not seen on stream yet. But the Nuke Kids got the Chime, which is good for stuff. Oh, Nuke Kids also just found Mermaids, so Shum and Budge basically on top of each other, with Luffy finding Provoca at Mirage Tower. Level 2 Cure 4, Level 2 Life 2, Level 2 Expert if you're into that sort of thing. I don't think we've seen Black Magic yet. Now we're just gonna blow up some pirates first. As Phoenix finds Temple of Fiends. Gonna take down a Garland with our amazing solo fighter. Alright, Vicky's got the Oxiel today. Seems good. We haven't found Onrak yet, so we'll just keep that in mind for later.
That's fine, we can just put it in our pocket and carry it around with us till we do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really sure what the size of an Oxiel is, but I'm gonna just pretend that it'll totally fit in one's pocket.
Well, it's a lidless cup of free-floating liquid, so yeah, we're just gonna dump that in our pocket and see what happens.
Now it seems like it'd be best if we put it in like a baggie.
Oh, I spy with my little eye down on Budgemano's screen. I believe that was a Katana +5, found in the Mermaids area. And I think I'm right, based on the immediate grinding to a halt that I just saw to scramble and take some notes.
That's what I'm guessing.
Meanwhile, Luffy at Astos. We're getting a canoe. With a momentary, it's basically a loading screen at this point as we blast with what seems to be level 2 Ice 3. I guess we did see level 2 Black Magic thanks to our tracker for giving us some magic stuff in here. Level 2 Black, we got Ice 3 and some other spells we don't care about. We got Ice 3. And now the Nuke kids got themselves a canoe.
Big boat and a little boat. We have 2 of our 3 forms of transportation.
So, meanwhile, Phoenix, traveling the world with a solo fighter is a bold choice that I think was a case of we had some things that we absolutely needed to carry out of somewhere. So now we have this solo fighter. Hoo boy. Meanwhile,
we got ourselves a key from a robot.
Yeah.
We have a Shum who is waiting for Luffy to get that key so he can reset out.
Yep, Shum has obtained key and immediately just whabam, reset. Luffy finds a Canaria Castle. We get a Ruse Stick from the Princess and an Adamant from the King. I hope we've remembered where Dwarf Cave was.
James, Luffy, and Phoenix aren't on the same team because Luffy could just send that admin right on over. Then easy peasy.
Ooh, and in the locked area, we got the floater as Shum immediately appears at Dwarf Cave. We got Nerb, and we know what to do with that. That was over at Elfland Castle. So that was Ordeal's location. Ordeal's location has the floater, and everyone groaned. And like magic, Luffy has appeared at Elf Castle. Let's wake up this prince, see what he's got. We got Trumpet. So we got loot, we got key, and we got access to all the entrances. You know, it occurs to me that we have not found any fiends so far.
We sure have not.
So, all the fiends are floater locked. Hooray. Meanwhile, Budgeman now checking some boxes that I'm not sure anybody else checked earlier. We are still on the hunt for our third loose. Oh, and also the Elf Castle Armory had a Flame Armor +5, because we're dealing with thieves today, so we care about that sort of thing.
I mean, you're gonna like it before promotion because it's gonna be real good for a fighter. If we had one. Budge, being the smart one that he is, brought the fighter. He gets that Flame +5. He's gonna be real happy about it. Everyone else is just gonna have to hang on to it till class change. And Phoenix, I wasn't 100% sure, but yeah, we've got fighters over here on the punishing Platypi side, so.
Yeah, but we got white mages.
I mean, yeah, but like, we got those everywhere.
Look, I'm just saying, both teams are one class away from the correct party. They just made different incorrect moves. I'm just saying.
Yes.
So Luffy checking the Oasis, not buying much, so I believe we're still on the hunt for the vendor item. With Shum heading to Mirage Tower, that is Provoca, gonna load up on some magic before going anywhere. Luffy is gonna try and clear some entrances, see if we can't find that third loose. Meanwhile, Phoenix got the bat signal and has appeared to collect the katana +5.
It's a real good sword. I'd definitely make sure I had it. I had a flame +1 on Luffy's side out of that marked box in Hardiest Swamp.
Yep. Now, we could use that right now if we had a fighter.
I'd say, no, we can't.
So, punishing Platypi, still on the hunt for several objects. We need to find the key at the waterfall dungeon, which I don't recall the location of, before we head to Ordeal's entrance and just solve all our problems. Right now, there seems to be a little bit of I don't want to say backtracking, that's the wrong word, but a little bit of sharing of information and collecting of gear. Budgemino here going for the ribbon, at the same time Phoenix is going for the katana. Oh, that was a katana +2. I mean, it's still a katana. Like, if we're planning on making everything work with a ninja, like, just, that's our sword. Like, the heck with the Mazzolator, just get the katana.
So, magic in levels 3 and 4, it's not spectacular. We have Ice 2, Brack, and somehow it's in Black at 3. I think we had Cure 3 in White. At 4, we didn't have anything terribly useful. Like, that feels bad when, like, you get a town, you're like, hot dang, got a town, let's go look for magic, because we really need magic. And then the shops are like, we got no magic for you. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah. I would argue that level 3 lock with, like, nothing else around it is a win. I mean, yeah, Bracca's there, but, like, these two are mutually exclusive spells. Like, we'll be using Brack when we don't care about Lock, and we'll be using Lock when we don't care about
Lock
Brack.
when we don't care about Brack.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say. At no point are you using both.
Yeah. Ooh, Shum finds Canaria. Level 1 wall. White magic locked. Oh, hey, look, Zap. Shiny object.
Yeah, we got Fire 2 and Lightning 2.
Sure.
Those are spells.
And we know that the blacksmith is hiding the herb. And we know that the king has the adamant. So, once again, all roads lead to the Ordeal's entrance, where Canaria Castle is.
As much as I'm not a big fan of the thief carry, this magic, the way it is laid out, it's got my brain just screaming, y'all should have went thief red double black.
So, we
level 6 life, all the black magic you need on those black mages, because the red's not really getting it, because this poor white mage, I'm not real sure what her purpose is.
Buff magic at level 8, because we're leveling that high? I don't know.
Oh, well, that's true. I forgot she has that. That does help a little.
The shop in Elfland apparently was the crystal, which Luffy turned in pretty immediately, and we have our incentive ribbon located.
That makes 2 ribbons on our party, which makes us feel a whole lot better about things. Oh, there's our 3rd loose. Our Saber Bong is in the Volcano Armory.
Okay, we can stop opening boxes now. Although
sure
maybe
can.
not, because some of our gear is a little sketch. But...
Oh. Hey, we found ourselves a fiend.
First fiend sighted. It is the Mighty Lich, the Scourge of Earth Cave. I'll wait till he gets closer before I do the rest of my shtick.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
And oh.
We have the Mighty Lich, the Scourge of the Earth Cave. terror of the first dungeon of the start of the game. Fiendish fiend.
Man, the magic here on this fight feels right. You know things aren't going the way you want when you're Ice 3 and a Lich.
Yeah, so I forgot just how few resources we had. We're doing this, we're bullying Lich with Ice 3, which is, I mean, chef's kiss, right? Like, it's a fiend and it resists it. And for any actual boss fight, the rule would be you don't cast magic that they resist. But it's Lich, so like, these Ice 3s are almost doing as much damage as that Harm 3 did. I don't know who that says more about, the White Mage or the Lich.
And then we threw a fast and a temper on that thief. I'm not sure what he's swinging, but I mean, we're getting there. Is my point.
Yeah.
We're not doing it quickly, but we're getting there. And you're gonna want to get like these fiends down because the more you get down, the more experience you're gaining per fight. See, we got there.
Hooray! We lit the orb.
Down. Now on to Shu taking on Tia. Now some of that magic like crack we have is gonna hopefully be useful.
Mm-hmm. Worth noting that in this flag set, our fiends have somewhere between 200% and 350% of their base health. So to put that in actual numbers, that Lich had somewhere between 800 and 1400 health.
Well, Red Mage, you were nice having you while you were there. We are all in on Brack strats. We are doing nothing else but that. Well, we were.
Yeah. You know what would have helped this fight? Third Brackcaster. I'm just saying.
I'm just agreeing.
Now,
although thankfully, like Tia is right off the entrance there, so you can just bounce off this a few times, and it's not necessarily like you're not having to walk down multiple floors to get to her. So.
Now, one of the things we have on in this flag set is a little flag called Set RNG. And what that means is that the RNG for these boss fights is going to be consistent every time you pull them. And also, normally in combat, like, for every 2 frames that you don't do an input, the RNG table advances. That mechanic has been stripped out. So the RNG only advances as a result of actions, which means that these fights become consistent and predictable. And what that also means is that you can't just like fling yourself at them over and over again, expecting different results, because you get the same results every time. But Shum has 2 Brackcasters in the party. On the first pull of Tia, we had the Brackcasters in the 2nd and 4th slots, and we didn't get anywhere. So Shum went back in again and moved the Brackcasters to the 1st and 3rd slots to see if that would work. A lot of the time it does. Unfortunately, this time it didn't. So Shum has abandoned the idea of getting a Tia kill right now. We'll be back when we have real actual power.
It's fine, because now Luffy's going to take his Bracks and try cracking. Wow, we have Butcher here doing his best to get down his Lich. Which he's doing better damage, or better melee damage than Luffy was with his ninja. And we're through. we lost the thief along the way. But the rest of the party made it, and that's all that matters. Just as long as there was someone to walk across the plate. And we also found the C incentive just a couple minutes ago on Luffy's side. I believe it was the bottle.
Okay. That must have been, what, Sharknado floor?
It was on the TFC floor. The bottom left room.
Oh, wait. Tracker says Sharknado.
Oh, was it? Never mind, ignore me.
Luffy's found a Kraken. Let's try and Bracken it. I think. Brack the first. Kablam. That's how it's done.
Easy peasy.
Meanwhile,
Only
Phoenix...
Tia had been so kind.
I know, right? Meanwhile, Phoenix taking on a blue steak. Okay. Doesn't seem to be going down easy and seems to really not like thieves. But that's fine, because we can just put everything into this here fighter. This is fine, this is fine. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Oh, Shum has encountered a Warmech and very wisely chooses to run the heck away.
Yeah, I don't see path through a Warmech right now, so that's wise. Very wise.
So Budgemino has returned to Ordeals. Finally gets the cube. We have seen the cube block, although I do not recall what exactly was behind it. Meanwhile, Luffy back at Gaia. I'm gonna see what this bottle turns into. There's not a whole heck of a lot else we're missing. Maybe a ruse stick? Well, that's a slab. It's not a ruse stick.
We have the ruse stick. That was the...
Oh, that's right. That was Princess.
Yes.
So we got ruse, we got slab.
And we have our ribbon.
Yeah.
So this Rod?
Rod, perhaps, because we're still missing Carrie. None of our teams have cited Carrie yet.
And all of our gear that is incentivized we found, I believe. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, that slab turns into a rod.
Now, the coordination on display here, over on the new kid's side. As soon as the slab was picked up, they split up. Shum, here at the slab translation, and Luffy, as instantaneously as the server allows. Lupa, 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 Lupa.
He's learning.
Lupa. No, I'm just messing with you, dude. Here's a rod.
Hey! And now he speaks the language. He was just practicing. Sometimes you just gotta speak with them for once so you understand what they're saying.
Yep.
That's all it was.
Also, Lefane Superstore is on, which is real nice.
Sure is. Especially in flags like this. Now, granted, by the time we found it, we had already seen most of those shops anyway. But it's still nice, because after, like, promotion, you can, anything you're gonna want that you haven't been able to get yet, just go to Lefane. Makes life real easy.
And we're at Gaia, which our tracker noted earlier is the location of the rod lock. It's starting to sound like the new kids on the block have basically determined that Carrie has to be behind this rod lock.
Or Bahamut, because we haven't seen Bahamut either.
Oh, our tracker, desperately trying to get our attention, says that Carrie is at Sarda's cave, and that's found already. So maybe we are looking for Bahamut.
I think that's the only thing we haven't found.
Yeah. Comment in chat, shocked they aren't going for her yet. I'm not surprised. Ooh, on the Rodlock floor is our second non-incentivized ribbon. I'm not surprised they're not going for Carrie yet. We don't really have a solution to Carrie right now. Like, yeah, we get a confused shirt, but like, I would prefer a more surefire plan of attack.
Yeah, because going into that fight and not having, like you said, a surefire way to get through it feels like a waste of time if you're not like if you get bounced and you have to go back. So I don't blame them. Like we know where she's at. We know where to go. Let's get promoted. Let's get a little more better equipped to do the things we need to do, and then we go back and try.
Yeah.
And yeah, this has got to be Bahamut. They're both diving here. It's like they've done the yep. So they've done the math. They know what's back here without even getting there. And that's why you see both runners. It's rare when you see both runners diving a dungeon that they haven't already been all the way down to.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do, it's because they've done all the deductions. They figured it out and they know exactly what they need is where they're going.
Yep. So now that we've got promotion under our belts, we've reached the if-else stage of the run. If we feel like we're good with our gear, go destroy Carrie and Tia. Else, let's go find some of those marked boxes and see what we're gonna do. Shum opting for a T-Rex grind.
Will the Brack even work on a T-Rex?
Don't think so. I am 99% sure they're 200 MDef. So 6% of the time it'll work, but...
That other 94% is a real pain in the butt.
Meanwhile, Phoenix about to get the floater for Team Punishing Platypi. Based on tracker notes, that's gonna be around 20 minutes difference for our two teams getting in the air.
Phoenix finding Canary Castle, getting his adamant and his roost stick. I have a feeling that we are going to be here just slowly killing off members of Jurassic Park for a while.
So,
and Luffy finding a lock bonk, which may come in handy later.
Lock items are good. The physical stats of the bosses in this flag set are set to 200%. No randomization involved. We just take base, double it, you got it. And really what that translates to is a lot of evasion problems throughout the entirety of Topher. So lock on a stick, I'm not going to say mandatory, but boy, it makes life easier.
I get this grind, that thief's gonna be one heck of a chunky boy. That worries me because the rest of that party is low.
Very true.
And I feel like in these flags, you're gonna want your entire party a decent level.
I would have great concerns about trying to sustain a single character, even at 50. And
yes.
I don't know.
Especially exactly. At thief at 50.
Yeah. So I'm not sure where exactly we're taking this ninja to. And our tracker pointing out that the new kids don't even have the katana +2, although that might be what Luffy is digging for. Because Luffy's very interested in boxes right now.
Yeah, he's probably looking for something. Meanwhile, Shum's just like, you know what? We're just gonna get all the levels and then just Probably whatever sword we have works. It's kind of what it seems like.
Mhm. Our other tracker, Mech189, pointing out that Luffy just got a base Vorpal, and that'll do, but like I would
Fast and
feel
temper at
awkward.
like 6 and 7.
Yeah.
That feels not good.
Hmm.
I mean, sure, we've got a bonk, so like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But you're not exactly doing a song and dance about it.
It'll function. Oh, and it's over in Waterfall, I think. Ugh. Like, we'll take it, but like, we ain't happy about it.
Should be like, why is Shum walking all the way to Ordeals? Oh yeah. Oh no.
Ooh, oops.
Shum going to get his ruse from Sarah, but he hasn't done Garland yet. Uh-oh.
It's fine. We'll fix that.
See, that's gonna feel bad regardless, but when
Yeah.
like you have all that walking back to do.
Mhm. Now, meanwhile, over on the Punishing Platypi side, they are.
Oh,
Ooh, a Quad X Axe plus 5 is. It's a weapon. It's a better weapon than what we had. At this scaling, I don't know that I consider the light axe to be exactly a Topher capable weapon. Yeah, Luffy is definitely trying to find. Well, we found the Saber Bonk, so there's that. But I think they might be still weapon hunting.
yeah, I just noticed that ice plus 5 on the fighter over on Phoenix's side.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the katana. We've got that ice plus 5. Yeah, we still have to class change use that katana, but we know there's a Maza in Temple of Fiends. I would feel pretty alright with that
Yeah.
weapon layout going forward.
Yeah. So, Budgemano picking up the other non-incentive ribbon. Shum has a ruse stick. Luffy's gonna go get some magic. There's a lot of preparation still in progress for New Kids on the Block. Still have the other two orbs to solve. We know where they are, we just have to solve them. This level of preparation, I think, makes sense for Carry. And if we're already having to prepare this much for Carry, we might as well apply the same to Tia. Meanwhile, Phoenix has arrived at Kraken and doesn't have a Bratcaster in the second slot. Let's see if we can make this a go. No, it doesn't even have Brak. That poor Black Mage is standing out here with naught but Ice 3 Nuke and Temper and 0 health because Kraken just went for it. Yeah, we're going all melee strats on this. We're just gonna ruse up. We're gonna hope that this Kraken doesn't have any magic, which, so far, good bet.
It's kind of our only real option here. We ruse, we fast, we temper as much as possible, and we just hope that we can get that fighter through. Meanwhile, Kraken over here is a fan of the band Chumbawamba.
I'm gonna request you explain that.
Just like the song says, that poor thief, he gets knocked down, then he gets back up again.
Yeah.
But then he gets knocked down, and then he gets back up again.
Yeah.
It's fine, I'll YouTube you later.
Okay.
And then you'll hate me for it because it'll be stuck in your head.
That's fair.
And I'll be glad you love me and you'll forgive me.
I got knocked down. Well, I got up again. I got knocked down. But I would get up again. Just...
I mean, basically.
Yeah. Ooh, we've upgraded to Harm 4. And paid the price. So now it's Solo Fighter versus Kraken. Boy, that Kraken is just continuing to find crit through evasion. That was the second time I saw that happen.
It's fine. Hack is hacking away.
Third time I've seen that happen.
Oh,
We cannot survive the fourth time. I would
I'm
consider...
wincing every time that fighter gets it. Hey, there we go.
Hey,
We got
we
through.
got there. And now we heal.
Ooh.
Oh, no,
Or
we
don't.
we took the bravery steps.
Oh,
Oh.
we sure took a lot of brave steps. Phoenix, my man.
Meanwhile, Shum back to the blue steak buffet as Luffy takes down Carrie. Nuke Kids are, I believe, now 1 orb away from party time. I am unsure Luffy's gear and level status, but I'm confident it doesn't match Shum's.
No. Just simply put, no. His gear is probably very similar, but his level's definitely different.
Mechlin pointing out that they are, I believe they're both swinging the Vorpal. Let's see, with their party, they have, I believe, 3 buff casters. So I think they'll get decent mileage out of that Vorpal, but I still remain a little unconfident given that it's a bog standard Vorpal. Oh, Luffy orb bonked. He went for Topher, but they don't have an air orb. Luffy, please.
See, do it's fine. Keep on blue stick. He's gonna
Yeah.
go get levels, and then Shum's gonna go beat up a Tia.
Yeah, Luffy's gonna take his frustrations out. Luffy's gonna eat his feelings at the hometown blue steak buffet. Shum is probably gonna solve the Tia problem. Meanwhile, Punishing Platypi still working on probably trying to find their Bahamut.
Shum, you've got all the levels. You could have taken a Wormac. Come on, man.
Right? Yes, our tracker pointing out that they have the adamant, but they haven't turned it in, and Budge has seen the rod lock but bounced off of it. So they have, I believe they have the pieces to the puzzle because it was adamant to, oh god, what was it? No, wait, the looking at the tracker notes, the path they're looking for is the bottle on the Sharknado floor, bottle to slab to rod, gets them in, and looking for Bahamut. Do they have the Oxyel? They do have the Oxyel, so they got that part of the puzzle. They just need to find the bottle and do that chain. Oh wait, no, they have the bottle, they just haven't turned it in. Yeah, they have the bottle, so they just need to go get the slab, and then bing da bang da boom, promotion time.
You know what always feels really bad, especially with the Fane Superstore on? If you want to be promoted when you go there. You don't have to keep going back. And they see it's like, nah, you're gonna need to get this and turn that in and turn this in, and then go there, get your rod. You'll take a big long trip down to Bahamut, class change, and then come back and buy your magic. That's just rude.
Shum going all the way to Waterfall. What's in here that we need? If we didn't have the Vorpal, it's that.
There was something Luffy got here that Shum's going after. I think it might have been the Vorpal. No, it was the Lockbomb. Maybe there was something in that room.
Not a bad pick. Like, I would also
Mhm.
strongly consider making time for this.
Gives the white mage something to do. Also, like how he didn't even have to fight the box and just said, "Man, did you see what that ninja's been doing to dinosaurs? I'm out."
So we got our 4 orbs. Shoom's got a lock bonk. Let's head for Topher. Take 2. Better than the first.
Round 2, ding. And this time, not because we bounced off the loot plate.
So Luffy first into the Temple of Fiends Revisited at, we'll call it 5335. Or Trekker. Trekker says 5331 is 4 seconds. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with it, this is our new and fancy mid-Topher. What is the difference between long and mid and short Topher? Well, short Topher, you just go straight to the Chaos Floor. Sometimes all of the Fiend tiles will be there, sometimes they won't. You can configure it by flags. Long Topher, the standard. It's every single floor. You start on the bottom, you go up 2, and then you go down 2, and then you go down to Earth, etc. Mid Topher, we take some liberties with the map here in Topher. From the start, you just go straight down to the Lich floor. You don't have to go up 2 floors, then down 2 floors. Further, the Earth and Fire and Water floors have had map alterations done to them to basically cut the time you spend on them in half or more. Tia's floor was not shortened because it's already as short as you can make it, pretty much, without just making it just like a straight hallway. But
you just walk off Kraken 2's floor and it just pops you right up at Tia.
Yeah.
Other than that.
And so both of them in Topher making an actual go for it. There's a question in chat. Now, one of the other features of this flag set is that we know where the Maza is at all times. The Maza is in Topher, and it's in the Sen Maza home box. However, due to how Mid Topher works, the Sen Maza home box now has a linked chest on Kraken floor. Basically in the middle of the room where you, in the middle of the room that you would normally pass through on the way to Kraken, which is now an optional room, but if you go in there, there's a Maza. I think at least one of them checks the room, if not both of them just grab it. Also, I missed what took down Luffy. Did you catch that?
No. Sorry.
Okay. We'll see it the second time round, or we won't, and Luffy will adjust and just mash through. Meanwhile,
I
Shoom...
don't think he had gotten past Carry 2, but I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm. So, Shoom on Carry 2. The beauty of set RNG down here is that Shoom is taking all of the data from these fights and passing it along to Luffy. We can tell Luffy, hey, Carry's gonna melee your 4th slot. Put something there that can either withstand it or you just don't mind losing. Stuff like that. And looks like a lot of defensive struggle as Phoenix is taking on a war mech. I saw ruses going off and fasts and tempers. We're gonna go for it.
Attaboy. Get him, Phoenix.
We're just gonna throw all the tempers onto this fighter. Incoming magic.
This will help
2.
any level problem we have. It'll do a decent.
Okay, everyone's still upright. This is a good sign. Decent swing for 352, harm 4 going off, thief doing thief things. Fire 3 is doing a bit of a number to the party, but that's what we got the stupid white mage for. Like, Surely it knows some kind of healing magic. That's the whole point of bringing one. Now we're just going to keep doing Temper. That's the spirit. All gas, no brakes. And there's a nuke. We have found the brakes.
I was about to say. Remember that time you said we didn't have brakes? Well,
yeah. We don't have the brakes. Hard. Yeah, Warmech has the brakes. Warmech has applied pressure to the brake pedal, and Phoenix is stopped and is going to head back in.
See, he quit when he swung and he missed. I think I would have kept swinging, because like that had been a whole lot of levels on that fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to answer Chad's question before, yeah, we checked the box, and we got a Mazda +2.
Better than the Vorpal. Better than just the plain old Vorpal. We'll take it.
Yes. Honestly, because they don't have that katana, even with the Vorpal, it could have been a Vorpal +9, which, believe it or not, is actually doable in certain settings. I would have still checked that box, because then you could have the one good sword on one of your because they've just got the thief. But if I'm the other party and I have the thief and the fighter,
yeah,
you definitely check the box, because you want 2 good swords, because like double melee, it's so good. It's so good.
Shum on Kraken, trying for cheeky Brack strats. I don't hate this in Topher because, yeah, if you can get it right, then you can immediately feed back that data to your partner that, hey, if you got a Brack caster in the second slot and you cast Brack on turn 2, it'll just work. And then Kraken isn't a boss fight anymore. It's merely a series of inputs. But instead, Shum is going for melee. We have buffed this thief. It's already swinging in for several hundred damage. I'm going to try some more lock stuff. Maza swinging in 11 hits, 1,520 damage. Down goes Kraken 2. Luffy gonna try and replicate. Gonna try. Well, I think that was a cancel menu. I don't think we're trying Zap Strats. Kraken delete slot 4. We got harm 3. We're going for lock. We want to try and limit the evasion of this Kraken. 5 hits, 919. Seems like it's working. 9 hits, 2,005 damage. Down
sure
goes
did.
Kraken.
Also, remember that time when we couldn't find a slot where Brack worked on tier 1?
Yeah.
It's because it wasn't Brack you needed, it was Bane.
Oh, that,
Phoenix got through with the Bane.
Must have had someone survive in a slot longer than they should have. Because there's... any role that would work for Bane would work for Brack. Yeah, they must have had more armored characters and just kind of leaned on it until it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Tier 2, both people at the same time. We're trying buff strats. Quad X comes out, doesn't really do anything. Tia will zap and take out the 4th slot. But that's what we got the level 1 life for. Rub will strike the 2nd slot. That's either unribboned or just terrible luck.
You don't see that terribly often.
Yeah. We know from, I believe, Budgemano that 2nd slot is real susceptible to getting 3 and 256. I think that might have been what happened here. Epic Slap out of one of the mages for 1 damage. Harm 4 goes off, Cure 4 goes off. We're gonna try some Brack. We ain't getting Gregly strats today. 7 hits, 1,056. We're still going. Luffy overtakes the partner. Is through first. Shum still struggling a little. Dealing with some insta-kill nonsense. 5 hits, 583. Shum and Luffy are now on their way to chaos. Meanwhile, the Punishing Platypi still doing a little bit of gear shopping, a little bit of preparation. I did not...
Yeah, Phoenix found an Aegis shield at the Dwarf Army, which I did not see Shum or Luffy get, but wouldn't have done him any good anyway.
Chaos has been engaged. Luffy knows that the 4th slot is gonna get destroyed. Like that. Just exactly like that. We're going with some ruse strats, and we're going with some buffs. The white mage and red mage are juggling life casts to try and get that black mage back up so we can get the buffing going. More locks. We don't want this chaos evading anything. We don't want anything happening. After the ruses are done, the sabers begin. The white mage is shifted over to harm 4, red mage continuing life. Greggly strats coming out of Luffy. We're going to try and bane this chaos. It doesn't quite stick. Brack, it doesn't quite stick. Both going all in on weirdo insta-kills. I think we're worried about magic coming down the pipeline. We might be worried about just not quite having enough healing to sustain. But we're swinging our melee weapons. 5 hits for 817 seems good. We're just shifting over to just pure damage. We're done with trying to show off. We're just gonna go for it. Maybe we're not done with showing off. Luffy is gonna try Bane again. It's not quite working. I have to imagine that Black Mage has run out of useful things to do. We still have some locks to cast, but yeah, we're out of tempers. So 11 hits, 962 from Luffy. The damage continues. 8 hits, 1077. Chaos still there. Swing, wait. 10 hits, 1226. Chaos still there. Chaos, a very large lad today. Let's try that one more time. 10 hits, 1136. Chaos still there. What in the heck? This Chaos has eaten its Wheaties. 5 hits, 377. Hashtag just ninja things. Let's try some more melee. 6 hits, 674. Luffy is first through. Shum, colossal swing for over 1500 damage. I think Shum's got more buffs. 7 hits, 603. Almost in sync, as a team should be. Nuke Kids on the block in first place with official FFR bot time 1 hour 4 minutes 49 seconds. GG.
GG indeed. Oh, I just noticed all the gear on Phoenix's Knight. It was real good. A ribbon, a bonk, an Aegis shield, opal armor.
Oh.
That knight ain't afraid of nothing.
And we're joined by one half of Nuke Kids
coming.
on. Okay.
we didn't have a fight, I promise.
we have a Nuke Kid with us.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Not quite plural yet.
Oh, there we go. Now they're plural. Nuke Kids on the block. Join us in the booth. GG, well done.
GG's,
hey,
thank you.
Thanks.
In my head, I'm just like, I called Luffy the kid, and then the S for kids showed up with Shum. I'll
like
just
that.
shut up and let Fizzle talk now.
So how was that?
Tense.
yeah. We were never comfortable the whole time, like at all.
So let's start at the beginning.
As one does.
You get handed a forced thief and a forced black mage, but you've got a white mage with buff magic. Walk me through the calculus of Thief Rainbow.
I mean, do you want to take this one?
I'm just gonna go with it's what we practiced. It's really our comfort pick at this point.
Yeah. I'll say that it was the Giga play to not have to go back and buy fast, remembering we forgot to buy fast at 53 minutes. That's what I'll say. It was all Giga play right there.
So, early on, no towns anywhere to be seen, or at least no towns that are helpful anywhere to be seen. Is there a thought to try to check some of these marked boxes and hope that you get lucky with a problem solver, or is it just, no, we just got to go until we find any kind of resource?
I think it's really hard to find a problem solver if you don't have a way to solve the problem that's in the box.
Yeah.
And there's just statistically, you're not going to get an encounter that you can easily take by just swinging down. So the short answer on that, I think, is no. We're just doing what we do in the beginning of this. I felt real bad. I remember, I mean, talking to you now, I just remembered that like my thief died immediately, and then I saved and I kept it down, and that felt awful. Saying that there's no towns, because I was like, yep, nope, I committed to this bit of we're gonna have to find a town soon.
I think
It's fine. You made
up
up for it later when the thief was alive and no one else did, and you just left everyone else dead for a while.
Yeah, I mean, she needed that.
Yeah. I think the fact that with this particular seed too, because we were finding some decent XP in boxes, it felt a little less terrible because we were in like the teens and pretty comfortably able to get through things if we can run instead of having to find a way to solve a problem. Like we were able to reset out of some unrunnables that would have been a problem otherwise because we didn't have the magic and find a way to get through because we had just enough levels. So it would have felt a lot worse if there wasn't XP in boxes and I was sitting there at like level 4 at 15 minutes. That would have felt terrible.
I guess my next question is, there seemed to be a lot of I don't want to say delay is the wrong word, but there was a lengthy preparation phase before the two of you found yourselves in Temple of Fiends. Was there a specific thing you were looking for, or were you hoping to solve a problem?
I think we were looking for the air orb.
Yeah.
He asked me if we had it. I had asked him earlier if we had it, and so we crossed wires a bit. And he convinced me that I beat Tia on one of my 3 dives.
I sure did.
So yeah, it was just part of like, okay, I've got to get this fiend anyway. We might as well do some prep work.
So the bunk was real.
You know.
Yeah, it was. By that point, we thought like I only had to do Kelly, and I was trying to do a little prep because I didn't have the Saber Bonk, and I had run into the lock item, which I thought would have been the Vorpal at some point, which I was disappointed to have to go there, but I was glad that I found it because we miscommunication a little bit here and there that almost could cost you, but it's fine because we had each other's backs and it was funny. But yeah, the bonk off the air orb was a little awkward, and I was like, good thing there's steak in the desert. So,
You know, Fizzle, listening to that, if I didn't know any better, I thought we were playing.
Right?
You know what it is?
That
We got
very much
sloppy on
sounds
our
like something
tracker.
we would do.
we did.
We were doing really well at the beginning of the game, and then now looking back at the tracker, there's just a lot of locations that we're just sort of like, oh yeah, we've done that.
Yeah.
And that's
See, now
Oh my God.
the problem.
It really was us playing.
now-
What the heck?
I was gonna say, now it sounds like they're literally trying to convince us that it was us.
I don't. These teams, by the time you get up to even the round of 8, it's scary. It's like we're confident in our ability as a team, and it's still just harrowing
Scary.
every night.
Yeah.
Because everyone's good, and just the slightest little thing, forgetting one location, can easily cost you a match in these races.
Yeah, and all these teams that play co-op, like a lot of us have played together for some years now, or have known each other for years. So like, there's a comfort working with your partner, which makes things a little, there's trust there, which can make it go even faster and kind of rely on each other. So it's a nasty tournament, but co-op's a heck of a fun way to play. It's one of my favorites, and I got a good partner, so yeah, no complaints here.
Looking at the list of teams we had this year, now we've had years before where there was a lot of amazing teams, but I honestly think this year we probably had like the scariest amount of teams sign up because
the floor on this set of 16 where it was so much higher than it's been.
Even just round 1 going into qualifiers, you're just scared because everyone's so darn good. Like there wasn't a team you could look at and go, oh yeah, like I wouldn't mind going up against that team. You look at everyone and go, but do I have to? Because like
So Budge encountered the very unhappy, sketchy Nuke on Lich 2, and taking a moment to have a think before going back inside. My question to the Nuke kids is, what was the worst sort of stumbling block that you had to kind of plan around and reroute for?
in this seed, I don't know that I ever felt like we had one. We were pretty comfortably cruising into the air by 20 minutes, I think, and so that felt good, and we were more than we have been in our recent practices, very on sync with, like, I'm about to get this, you go there.
Yeah. Looking at the board, there's not too much nasty in there that I see that would have tripped us up too much. There was the occasional having to double back, like, to grab something that he had already gotten when I was right next to it. Like, I had to go back to the Saber Bonk after leaving like Cardia Small Elflin, I think, to go start the slab or go turn something in. So I had to double back a little bit, but I think overall it was pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say I guess an early block for me was Floater Loop, was me trying to ditch it and then finding out I couldn't ditch it and then not really getting through it easily and accidentally stepping on taking a trap box, unrunnable trap box. But yeah, otherwise I think it flowed pretty well.
Meanwhile, Budgemino back on Lich 2, trying to get through, but I noticed that this Lich 2 has a Cure 4 of all things. That's a little annoying to get through.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Phoenix, still working on getting through this Kraken 2. Progress is being made, but it's a little touch and go. Budgemino makes it through Lich right at the same time Phoenix makes it through Kraken. And that leads me to one of my other questions. I noticed that your team was basically hand in hand going into Temple of Fiends Revisited. Is that the way you prefer to do it, or do you prefer to have sort of one person in lead ahead of the other?
I never prefer for either one of us to be. I don't know what my partner is going to say, but I think he likes the synchronicity too. We can be a couple of steps ahead, so usually we'll try to be like one turn or one fiend ahead.
Right.
But if my partner's ready for Topher and I'm still on a grind, we had some misplay early on. Like something went seriously wrong if we can't go in within 30 seconds of each other.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I like when we're, a couple turns ahead of each other or right there. If we're going into the fights within 15, 20 seconds of each other, we're doing it exactly the way we want to do it, because that way we can feed each other information. We can't change party order at that point, but we can anticipate, like, maybe we got a ruse instead of casting a buff or something. Like, we can help each other out there. So that's kind of the way we like to play it.
I think that's one of the things that, like, set RNG changes just a little, because if, like, one person can get in there just before the other one, just enough to where they can, like, oh no, I saw that, don't put your life caster in this slot, I think it's, like, really, really helpful, and it's real nice. It's one of those things, like, I get sometimes where some people don't like set RNG, but it's so good in co-op.
Yeah, I think in co-op it really shines.
Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
It really does.
So Phoenix getting ready for Chaos as Budgemino working his way through Carry 2. I'm trying to think of any other questions to ask you guys, but I think I've covered everything. Danny, do you have any questions?
No, because you asked all the ones I thought to ask.
Then I guess I'll just call this here Chaos fight. Phoenix arrives with an entire party fully buffed, and it seems like we're dumping everything into this here night. Test Katana Swing goes for 71, but we know that turn 1, Chaos says to that 4th slot. We still have some life charges to try and bring that Black Mage back up. More base Katana damage going for all it's got. We're going to try some ruse strats to sort of keep this knight upright. More tempers, more buffs, Cure 3 to keep that Black Mage up, more ruse. Incoming melee destroys the top slot. We have 2 more life casts, and we're going to use one of them here. Final Temper is going to be going out. Swing, 4 hits, 160. We need more power. Absolutely more power. Incoming melee dodges the knight. We seem good with that. Let's try some bonk strats. We got some walls. We'll try some walls just in case there's some annoying magic. Chaos takes down the ninja again. Are we going to use our last life charge here? Thinking. No, we're going to switch to offense. That ninja has done what that ninja is going to do, and we're going to try Blasty Time now. Harm 4 for 81. More bonks going off. Lock going off. We're going to need that in a minute. We're going to try our first swing with this knight and his Maza. But first, some cheeky Brack strats. Maybe we'll get there. The new kids on the block were very thorough with their insta-kill testing, but they did not find any purchase. Let's try some more. No, we're going to keep trying it. Swing out of that Maza. 2 hits, 116. We need locks or tempers or bonks or all three. We need something. We need more gas than we got in this tank right now. We're out of tempers. We're out of locks. I don't know if they found the lock gauntlet. Based on actions, it doesn't seem like it. We swung for 852. Chaos is attempting more punch. Swing for 118. We're just going to keep trying Zap, because we've run out of things for that Black Mage to do, and Chaos has done us a favor and saved us on inputs. Swing for 1224. Unless this Chaos finds the 3 and 256, which we know exists in that slot, then I think we're good to go. Swing for 867. Gonna keep going. This Chaos not quite getting there. 6 hits, 1008. Phoenix has made it through Chaos. Budgemano on the Kraken 2 fight. Just a couple fiends behind his partner. So I guess that's another question, is I did notice your team doing a decent amount of what I would refer to as insta-kill fishing on some of these Topher fiends. Is there an idea or strategy behind it, or was it more like
no? There's nothing to do with it.
Okay, or was it just like I don't want to use real resources, but the wait command seems like a waste?
Yes.
Okay.
It was
It's like, it feels like, you know, with the set RNG, and that it just feels like you're seeing more random garbage hit on these fiends than it should, or maybe that you have the time because the fight lasts so long. Like, I don't know what it is. So, like, in some circumstances, like, rather than use one of my last 2 locks, I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll throw out a Bane and see what happens, like, until I get the Chaos kind of thing. But we were doing a lot of fishing, and there was absolutely not a lot of biting.
Yeah. Budgemano on to Tia 2. We're going to try the same tricks we were seeing on Phoenix's side. We're going to do some locks. We're going to do some buffing. We're going to have this ninja eat dirt thanks to a Quad X. We have 1 temper left, and we ain't using it here. We're going to try some lock strats. Harm 4 goes out. What's our Maza doing? 1 hit, 1 damage. Them's thief numbers. Something is wrong. Lock goes out. Yeah, let's try some bonk. Bonk will save us. We have 2 tempers left on this here white mage. We're gonna try confuse. This is interesting. Lock's gonna go out. That confuse, 6% of the time it'll work, but not now. Zap comes out. Bonk comes out. So we got lock strats going on. 6 hits for 226. It's forward progress, but it's not quite what we're looking for. Rub does not find purchase on the knight, so maybe that was, I don't know, non-resist shenanigans a la the Quad X that we saw earlier. Incoming melee destroys the Black Mage. Unsure how many life charges we've got, but should have enough to make it through this fight. At the very least, that knight is evasion capped, but the Quad X axe does the job. Budgemano is on to Chaos.
Where was that Quad X weapon?
That was a late find. That was a very late find.
I remember seeing them get it. I can't for the life of me right now remember where.
Yeah, it was definitely
Yeah, it was
somewhere,
something
like,
they
airship
found
locked.
late.
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of helpful fun caster items. Really, the only two that I can think of were the Quad X Axe and the Lock Gauntlet. Like there was no temper sticks or any of that anywhere, at least not that we saw. We're on to Chaos. Budgemano conducting this fight very, very similarly to how Phoenix conducted theirs. More test swings with that there ninja. 2 hits, 163. Thanks, buddy. You're helping. Let's try some life. Get the Black Mage back up. More bonks as we get this knight into low Earth orbit. We're going to want to see absolutely stupid amounts of damage. 4 hits, 225. We need more locks and or tempers and or both. The Black Mage providing the locks out of that Lock Gauntlet as the knight goes for the Bonk Gauntlet. The White Mage doing White Mage things, keeping everyone's health topped off. Oh no, Ruse, that's what we're doing. We gotta do just a little bit more evasion so we don't get punched anymore. Now we're gonna try all this bonk nonsense. Incoming melee's not doing much. Saber doing Saber things, Lock doing Lock things. We're gonna try a test swing now. And we're gonna throw out a very cheeky Exfer. Lock goes off. Melee time. 6 hits, 710. Those are numbers. We like those numbers. Exfer? Defenseless? Oh, I sense some shenanigans afoot. It's Confuse time and Brack time. 4 hits for 200, sure. Confuse doesn't get there. The White Mage is punished for shenanigans quite severely. Our final Brack does not get there. We're going to try Zap. It's still 3 and 256, but hey, we got the Exfer. Maybe this was the key part of the meme that needs to happen. Not quite. Melee is continuing. Melee is the very steady amount. It's the very steady chipping away at the block. Exfer into Confuse and Brack is we're just having fun. And sometimes we just have lots of fun. Today we did not have quite as much fun as we wanted to have. The melee assault continues, 7 hits for 582. Per our tracker, this was a roughly 6,000 hit point chaos, but it seems to be basically melee only. 8 hits, 1,038, down goes Chaos. Punishing Platypi finish in second place with an official FFR race bot time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 6 seconds. GG. And
GG.
they join us in the booth. Hey, y'all.
I got so excited
Howdy.
that defenseless hit, the extra hit. I really wanted it.
You can't win. You might as well get the memes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, he did not cooperate. But GG's, guys.
We said earlier, sometimes the game's got jokes, and it's just,
Yeah.
it's not kind. It's like, just give it to us, please. And it's like, nah.
GG's, guys. Thanks.
You guys.
So, my question for the Punishing Platypi. How was that?
It was fun.
Yeah. It was great when you don't get a sweeper for, I don't know, it was like 30 minutes. I don't know, it was crazy.
Same question to you that I posed to the new kids earlier. You get handed Force Thief, Force Black Mage. You've got a White Mage with buff magic. Walk me through the thought process that got you to Fighter Thief White Black.
So the fighter had extra strength and I think was it extra HP. So you figured he was going to be pretty tanky.
Mhm.
And I like the, we like the double melee stat. And then, the White Mage with buff magic, which is pretty good. You got all the life you want, you want the cure you want, and then, free fast and temper, which worked out well here because I don't think either of us ended up getting fast in the Black Mage since it was promo locked. So, the Red Mage just didn't have anything to sell it over the fighter, really. White Black felt like must takes. So,
Mhm.
did new kids? You guys take something different?
Yeah, we did go Thief Rainbow.
Okay.
Yeah.
We started out leaning into that fighter for the same reasons that
Yeah.
you threw out.
Exactly. Yeah, we were thinking about it, but if we find an early magic, them 2 black casters is really the way to go in the early game. But
Yeah.
it figured that we weren't seeing anything great, you guys weren't seeing anything great either. But it was still it was a garbage early on a little bit.
A lot of garbage.
Yep. It was typical Danny.
In the best way possible.
I'm sorry and or you're welcome.
I mean, honestly,
honestly, I'm never really sure.
I didn't have any moments where I went, Danny Seed. It seemed like a regular old match.
Yeah.
You must not have fought the Agamas.
I did not see a single Agama this entire game.
Neither did I.
Agmas were bad.
Oh, yeah, they
Yeah.
had both poisons and glance.
Fun.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, creeps had stone touch, but you don't really see that much.
Yeah.
Creepy.
All I saw was the bad men had it out for my thief. Every single one of them punched the top slot over and over and over. It's funny.
Now the real question is, what'd your thief do to those bad men? Make
He
them want to
died.
punch you in the face.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I made fun of him, I guess.
And I guess my one other question that I have for punishing Platypi is in your in the lead up between lighting 4 orbs and Topher, was opening boxes, was there a specific thing you were kind of looking for, or were you just looking for anything really to sort of solve problems?
I think we stopped after the fourth orb. I know we had one of our loose was late. We got the bonk very late, which was loose. So there was a lot of box
Yeah.
opening for that.
And I think we were still. Yeah, what were we looking for? I don't know. It's quite possible I was opening boxes longer than I should have. That's quite possible.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use that excuse.
Yeah, Luke got us this time. I know we'd spent a long time in this feed, and you guys probably saw it too. Like, Canoe came super late. Bahamut was basically the last location we found. Yeah, I just felt like routing was a little rough. I feel like we could have done that a little bit better. All right, we got game 2 coming up in a couple days.
So,
Yeah.
related to that, question for the Nuke Kids on the block. Game 2, thinking of any adjustments to make?
Get more rest.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Anything that we try to adjust now is going to feel just as uncomfortable as going in pretending that everything's okay.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, no, we'll just we'll keep giving it our best shot. And yeah, hope for the best.
Same question, punishing Platypi. Any adjustments going into game 2?
I might do our other routing strategy. We didn't do it this time. Don't know if it hurt us or not. Might do that. Might go back to a little bit more magic. I don't know. Haven't decided yet.
Yeah, we gotta do something. We lost 20 minutes, so
Yeah.
they were doing something right. We weren't. I think I just gotta remember these locations better. Spent a lot of time flying in the wrong direction in the airship, so some things to clean up. But there's only so much you can do. These flags are just tough. So just gotta dive in and do it.
I am out of questions. Danny, do you have anything?
No, I'm good. Although you did mention game 2, which I believe, if I remember correctly, is Sunday at 9:00. Which, for anyone who wants to watch game 2, will be on RPG Limit Break. So, on Sunday, remember that, and then we'll do all this again.
Yeah. Alright, then I think I will take us to final thoughts. We'll start with the winners on stream, Nuke Kids on the block.
You can take this one, bud.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like Shum said, we'll just try to keep running our game. We were never comfortable the whole time. We know the kind of runners that Phoenix and Budge are, and they're scary. And we'll just try to do our best again. Today felt okay. We'll see how it feels Sunday. It's always going to be uncomfortable, but we'll see how it works out. And good luck to them. And thank everybody for being here, and the crew, and everybody that put everything on tonight. Thank you guys.
And punishing Platypi, final thoughts.
Yeah, I'll just echo the same things. Thanks for the crew putting this on. Danny and Fizzle doing the comms and everything. Yeah, it's always fun to play, even when the seed doesn't like you. So GG's to Nuke Kids, and looking forward to game 2.
Yeah, GG's guys. We'll we'll regroup. We lost our first one last time and came back to win it. So pressure's on us now. But it's last one's the hardest, right?
My wonderful co-coms Danny. Final thoughts.
Just GG to both teams. This was a heck of a way to start semifinals game 1. Looking forward to 2. Thanks to Mecklin and Thavian for doing the tracking and making sure that we had all our information correct and sounded like we were knew what we were talking about. Greatly appreciated. Everyone who watched and hung out in chat, and Zizzle for doing comms with me, because doing comms with me is always fun. So, 10 out of 10. Would do again. Just saying. And yeah, like I said, game 2 is Sunday, 9 p.m. over on RPG Limit Break. Make sure you watch. I know one team's hoping to take it home to the finals, and the other one's hoping to push it game 3. So, yay, game 2. I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking, Bizzle. Just get us out of here.
Thank you, everyone, for watching us today, but we're going to hand RPG Limit Break back at their channel. Special shout-outs again to Mecklin89 and Fabian Hawk for taking lots of good notes and making it seem like we know what we're doing and talking about. Oh, we're on FFR. Oh, man. Look, it's already Sunday. It's already Sunday. Don't even worry about it. Everything's fine. My name is Lord Fizzlebeef. We're going to see everybody Sunday at RPG Limit Break. Definitely, actually, for sure this time. Have a good night, everyone.